Madam President, I rise to speak in favor of the motion.
Please proceed.
Thank you. In the course of our deliberations, colleagues, and for the last 10 years, we have seen in the Senate process numerous important votes concerning representation in the executive and the judicial branch of government. I would suggest that today, this time, and this hour is one of the most important votes we'll make for the state judiciary, for the state of Hawaii, and I might add for the integrity of the Senate. In the course of public discourse, we in one way or another do what most journalists learn in their first year of journalism: who, what, where, when, and why. Well, we know who. Judge Catherine Leonard. We know what. The highest office in the judicial branch of government, the Chief Justice. And we certainly know where, in our state judiciary. And we know when. Now, this hour, this day. But what each one of us have to deep into our soul to determine is why. Why we vote the way we do. That's a question we ask ourselves over and over and over again. Qualification. That's an important question in this process, certainly. The highest judge in the highest court in the state should be judicially qualified. Just recently, the United States Senate voted on advice and consent of Elena Kagan, a political advocate from the White House. Never served a day in the judiciary. So what we can conclude is that judicially and legally, this candidate is one of the most eminently qualified in the entire state. Judicially, this candidate can be said is more eminently qualified than the recently confirmed Supreme Court Justice of the United States of America. If experience means anything, as it should in this Senate. Much has been said about administrative leadership. And I'm sure that some of you may have something to say about that today. I watched the proceedings of the Judiciary Committee on our closed circuit system here at the state capitol. This nominee is a leader. The fact that she's here demonstrates she's a leader. And she knows what good leadership is. Good leadership is picking good people and letting them do their job and holding them accountable. And she articulated that so well in front of the Judiciary Committee. When we ask ourselves why we vote the way we do, of course politics play a role in this game. But certainly, we're going to do what's best for the judiciary and all the people of Hawaii. Not what political label is stamped on the nominees' papers. This nominee has no political label. There should be no politics, as there should be no politics in the judicial branch of government. The fact that this nominee came from the nomination of a Republican governor is inconsequential. If we truly want a judiciary that's void of the vagrancies of politics, our decision should not be based on politics, gender, there's a resolution passed, and you've all heard about it, and it's been rehashed and rehashed in the media. The resolution was passed in the Senate and House. It said we should consider having more women on the court. Curiously, the vote was 23-2. 2 senators voted against it. I happen to be one of them. What's more curious is that every woman in the Senate wholeheartedly endorsed it. Now, it comes time for you women to cast a vote consistent, and you men with the values articulated in the resolution you so heartily supported. Hawaii women's lawyers said something about it. They said, in short, we found Judge Leonard eminently qualified. Eminently qualified. Not because she's a woman, but because she's qualified on merits. And I think that I vaguely recall that the good senator from Hawaii Kai said something about judge nominees being first and foremost nominated based on their merit. So for those of you who voted in favor of that resolution, I offer you today the best of both worlds. You have a nominee who's proven through her record, through 150 incredibly intelligent, balanced decisions, someone who's eminently qualified and is also a woman. You have a chance today to achieve your goals. What an honor for the state of Hawaii to put aside politics and have a woman lead the judicial branch of government. Madam President, I think you would attest that women are fully capable of leading. So I know you'll vote in favor of this nominee. I watched the proceedings with great interest in the Judiciary Committee, and we all have special interests. And we all bring to this process different visions of what the future should be. I saw one senator question the nominee regarding, and I have grown to have a tremendous amount of respect for this senator's intellect, brought in part by experience in years of being part of this process. It's no secret that this senator's interests were the affairs of the Native Hawaiians. The questioning was very interesting because it laid the foundation for a very vexing problem in our country concerning the judiciary. Do we have a judiciary that legislates